Climate change and social inequality are two of the greatest challenges facing humanity today. And while these challenges might seem as very different issues, they can actually have a mutually beneficial solution. What if we could address climate change by making our food system more sustainable, while empowering and providing job opportunities for the most marginalized members of our community at the same time? Well, I'm here today to share with you about the potential of urban farming to be an instrument for change. Not only transforming the way we produce and we consume our food, but transforming community livelihoods at the same time. So climate change. We all know by now that climate change is a reality and is already affecting millions of people around the world who are already suffering the effects of climate change. From rising sea levels, to changing weather patterns, global warming, extreme weather events. But when we think about climate change, we tend to picture cars and factories or power plants, not the food that we put on our dinner tables. And yet, if we're concerned about threats to our environment, the first thing we should be looking at is agriculture. Because it turns out that agriculture is the greatest contributor to global warming. It emits more greenhouse gases than all our cars, trains, boats, planes combined. It's also the largest user of our precious water supplies, the largest user of land, and is the major cause for soil degradation and loss of biodiversity all over the world. But if this picture wasn't bad enough, imagine what 2050 will look like, where we'll have 9 billion people on Earth, and 3/4 of them will be living in urban areas like Hong Kong. And to feed all of those mouths, we will need to increase our global food production by a massive 70%. So how are we going to do that? We're already using all our resources to grow our food. How are we going to feed ourselves and the future generations without destroying the planet in the attempt? Well, we need to fundamentally and seriously reconsider the way we produce, the way we consume, or even the way we think about our food. And urban farming is one powerful way in which we can make our food system more sustainable. And indeed, there's many cities around the world who are already bringing farming activities back into their urban spaces and trying to find ways of making their food systems more sustainable. And that's because urban farming brings a whole range of environmental benefits to a city. When we grow food closer to what is consumed, it means that we're reducing the distance that food travels to reach our dinner tables. Urban farming also has the potential to simplify our supply chains and minimize all the packaging, all the storaging, all the refrigeration, and make a much more direct connection between farm and table, between farmer and consumer. Urban farming also offers opportunities to recycle food waste and turn it into compost. Or more broadly, at a city level, urban farming can be a tool to green urban spaces, and when put on rooftops, on rooftop farms, we can actually help to decrease the footprint of our buildings. But urban farming is not only a tool for change in our food system. It can also be an instrument to create economic prosperity and create new jobs. Together with my co-founders, we started putting words into action. And we created Rooftop Republic, a social enterprise that promotes urban farming in Hong Kong, 2 years ago. Since then, we have transformed 22,000 square feet of underused space into 22 vibrant and green urban farms. As urban farmers, we look at rooftops, balconies, podiums, windowsills, not as empty spaces, but as fertile land for our installations. The response so far has been overwhelmingly positive, and today we're working with a wide range of clients, from schools to property developers, community organizations, corporations, restaurants, hotels, or even individuals who want to grow their own vegetables at home. So let me tell you this. The urban farming revolution has arrived in Hong Kong and is here to stay. What I was saying before, urban farming is not only a tool for changing our food system, but can also bring economic prosperity by creating new jobs and by developing new local industries. In Hong Kong, we're seeing an increasing demand for local food, especially from restaurants, from grocery stores, from hotels, or from healthy conscious consumers. There are growing demands in Hong Kong about the safety and the quality of the food that we're getting mostly from mainland China. And people are simply demanding for food that's safe, that's healthy, that's nutritious, that's locally produced, and that's grown in a sustainable way. So, in meeting this demand for local foods, we can actually empower local communities and transform our food system. In urban farming, we can do that in a couple of ways. One, urban farming promotes the local economy, and this is pretty straightforward. $1 spent on local food ends with a local farmer or with a local business. In turn, this farmer might use this dollar to buy compost from a nearby facility or buy tools from a local store. The more this dollar changes hands locally, the more wealth we're creating locally. And as I said, local farming, urban farming can also create jobs. This increasing demand for local food is bringing new opportunities for local farmers and for food startups like ourselves. And in turn, we're creating new jobs. But to capitalize on this market opportunity, we need a new generation of urban farmers. And then we can offer viable and attractive employment for the most underprivileged members of our community. If we have the right resources, the right policy, the right training, we can empower these communities to learn not only about urban farming, but also about sustainability, about business management, about marketing, about construction, about irrigation, about design. All of these skills will be useful, will be profitable to work in the urban farming industry, but also can be applicable to many other spheres of our local economy. In Hong Kong, the most unequal society among developed countries, we are trying to make this a reality. And over the last couple of months, we've been working with Silence, a local NGO here supporting the hearing impaired, to train 9 of their beneficiaries to become the urban farmers of tomorrow. They've been trained by our professional organic farmers, and it's been incredible to watch their progress. As a result of the program, we not only have learned some very cool sign language, pay attention to this, this means organic farming in sign language, but most importantly, we're thrilled to see that 5 out of these 9 participants are actually seriously taking up urban farming as a career. And we're already employing one of them to manage one of the farms that we have recently set up in Tai Kuching. But of course, this is only a small step, and we need a concerted effort from all of us to scale up this movement. And you can get involved with urban farming in several different ways, and I'll suggest you 3 tonight. 1, grow your own, at home, in the school, in your office, within your community, in your neighborhood. 2, take a stand. Demand our local government to do more, to take action, to help our food system become more sustainable. 3, vote with your fork. Sometimes we feel powerless and we feel helpless when it comes to addressing big, complex, global challenges like climate change. But as consumers, we have at least 3 votes per day. So we can choose which food systems are we supporting. So use your fork and support local farmers. And now I'd like to leave you with a vision for future Hong Kong. A city where we grow our own food, where we know how our meals make it to our dinner tables, a city where we feel connected with what we eat and we know our farmers, and where strong and inclusive communities are nourished. This journey starts with a single mouthful, but ends with a healthier, greener, and fairer city. Thank you.